Welcome to this lesson about solving absolute value inequalities. So the first step is to isolate the absolute value expression. So that means you want to get this expression with the absolute value symbols by itself on one side of the inequality symbol. So that means we need to move the 4, the positive 4, to the other side of the less than symbol. So to do that, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides and bring down our absolute value expression. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring down our inequality symbol, and then 8 minus 4 is 4. Next, we're going to write the inequality twice with positive and negative answers. So I'm going to remove the absolute value symbols, and I'm going to write x minus 4 is less than 4. And x minus 1 is less than 4. And x minus 1, now this is a little bit different than equations because equations it's just equals. But for inequalities, for the negative, you're going to flip the sign. So we would flip it to greater than negative 4. And then you would solve like normal. So x is less than 5. And x is greater than negative 3, which you could also write like this. So it's greater than negative 3, but it's less than 5. So then we're going to graph the answer. So because these are less than and not less than or equal to, we're going to leave the circles open. So it's greater than negative 3, so this way, but it's less than negative 5 this way. So we're going to shade in between here. All right, so go ahead and try those examples below by yourself and pause the video, and then I will come back and go over them with you. On the first example, let's follow the steps. Step 1 is to isolate the absolute value expression. Well, it's already by itself on one side, so we can kind of skip step 1 and move on to step 2. We want to write the absolute value expression without the absolute value symbols twice, and then bring down the inequality symbol, and then we're going to write it again. And remember, flip that inequality symbol, and then negative 8. And we're going to solve it. So x is less than or equal to 3. And x is greater than or equal to negative 13. Now this one is a little bit tricky to graph, especially because I didn't give you the numbers on the line. So I'm going to count by 8s. If you didn't do that, that is totally okay. You can kind of count by whatever you want here. They are equally spaced, so it would make mathematical sense if you counted by the same interval between each one, which is why I'm counting by 8s. So this is x is less than or equal to 3. So they're less than or equal to, so I want closed circles. Less than or equal to 3, but greater than or equal to negative 13. Greater than, so I want to shade in between. And also you can write your inequality like this. All right, the next one, step 1 is to isolate the absolute value expression. It's already isolated, so I can write the inequality twice, flipping that sign and flipping the inequality symbol. Divide by 2. So x is greater than 5, and x is less than negative 5. So I'm just going to count by 5s here. So x is greater than 5. Well, let's see. It's greater than, not greater than or equal to, so open circle, greater than 5. And x is less than negative 5. So I'm going to shade here and shade here. And when you're writing that out, you can say x is greater than 5 or x is less than negative 5. All right, the next one, step 1, is to isolate the absolute value expression. We do need to do that here. We need to subtract 4 from both sides. And then we can write the inequality twice. Divide by 3. So again, I think counting by 5s is good here. So x is greater than or equal to 5, so greater than or equal to, close circle, so greater than. And then it's less than or equal to -5, so we're shading on the outside here. And you can write that with the or in the middle. All right, and the last one, isolate the absolute value expression. Write it twice. Multiply by 2 on both sides. So x is less than 12. And x is greater than -12. So you can count by 6s, you can count by 12s. So x is less than 12, but x is greater than -12. So we're going to shade in the middle here. And so when you write your answer, you would write it like this.